A man worth nearly $1 billion is sitting at a kitchen table with a $2 legal pad, writing jokes about cereal. While other celebrities are buying yachts, Seinfeld is filling notebooks. But it gets even weirder.
The secretive thing. I've never shown anybody this stuff. I feel a little funny about it right now, to tell you the truth.
Seinfeld has this thing he calls the yellow brick road of legal notepads. Every morning for 2 hours, he takes a yellow legal pad and just writes. Jokes, observations, random thoughts about airline food and parking meters. Most of it goes nowhere, but some of it becomes gold. And here's the key insight. Seinfeld doesn't expect every writing session to produce magic. He expects every writing session to happen, and that's a massive difference. Here's the brutal truth. 97% of people who start writing a book never finish it. But the 3% who do, they all have one thing in common. When asked about writer's block, Seinfeld simply says it doesn't exist. The problem, he says, is that your expectations are too high. And here's where most people get this backwards. They sit down expecting to write the next great American novel. When they don't, they quit. Seinfeld's approach is completely different. Some days I write great stuff, he says, and some days I don't, but I always write. The consistency is what matters, not the quality of any individual writing session. Think about this for a second. A man worth nearly $1 billion still sits down with a legal pad every morning. Why would he do this? Well, Seinfeld understands that great writing comes from the habit of writing, not from waiting for great ideas. The ideas come because you are writing, not the other way around. Stephen King does this, Maya Angelou did this, every professional writer I know does some version of this. I've worked with thousands of writers at this point. The ones who succeed aren't the most talented, they're the most consistent. They show up when they don't feel like it. They write badly on Tuesday and brilliantly on Wednesday, but they write both days, just like Seinfeld with his yellow legal pads. And here's what this looks like practically. Pick a time, pick a duration, and show up. Doesn't have to be 2 hours like Seinfeld. 15 minutes works, 30 minutes works. What matters is the daily commitment. Some days you'll write garbage, write it anyway. Some days you'll write gold and don't let it go to your head. Both days are equally an important part of the process. Seinfeld's show about nothing has made him one of the richest entertainers in history, but it wasn't really about nothing. It was about the daily observations that come from daily writing. Those yellow legal pads weren't just practice, they were research into what's funny, what's human, what connects. You can't do that research once a week when inspiration strikes. You have to do it every single day. Now, I'd like to give you a 24-hour challenge. Write something today, not tomorrow, today. Set a timer for 15 minutes right after this video ends every single day. Could be 50 words, could be 500, could be brilliant, could be terrible. It doesn't matter. What matters is building the habit. So drop a comment down below and let me know, what are you going to write over the next 3 days? Remember, some days you'll write great stuff, some days you won't, but if you want to be a writer, you must always write. Seinfeld ultimately didn't become worth $950 million because he was the funniest person alive. He became worth $950 million because he showed up every single day. And now it's your turn. YouTube will now be recommending another one of my writing videos for you just here, so go ahead and watch that one up next.